If someone has that Pinterest idea that they've had on their board for the
Yep.
last year or two, they're planning to do it, what
Yeah.
would be your advice to them if they really want to make this happen on
Yeah.
their own for
Yeah.
themselves?
They want to DIY it. Yeah.
Yeah, what baby steps should they take? How do they take it from idea to reality?
Okay, well, I'm gonna divide that into two. I'm gonna do a party, and then I'm gonna do if you've just got like a project that you're taking on. A project, look at several different pens. Like, find somebody who's done that same thing in a couple different ways. So I'll just take a sign, for example, because a lot of people love to do, the wooden signs and they paint it on there. There are a bunch of different ways to do that. You can create your own stencils. You can hand paint it. There's spots where you can take an inkjet transfer with like freezer paper. You can Mod Podge it on there. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. So if somebody's going to do that, I would say get on Pinterest, find at least 3 different ways that somebody's done that, and then find other people that have done it those ways and read their blogs. Because then you're going to know, and you're going to read the comments, because you're going to know what went wrong, what didn't work. And you're going to find that a lot of those look really easy. And then you look at the comments and it's people going, this didn't work. What did I miss? This is horrible. And then you're going to see people that say like, this was great. This went really easy. Anybody can do this. So that's just a research thing, right? Before you take on any project, research how you're going to do it. And then be realistic about what you're going to spend time and money wise. If you don't have the tools, find a new project, right? If you look at the supplies that's needed, and there are some big ticket supplies, unless you're going to do this a lot, have somebody else do that part. Like, if you don't know how to take apart a palette board, find somebody else who can, because if you don't have the right stuff to do that, it's really not very much fun. Or be realistic that it's not going to be that much fun and you're going to work a little bit before you get to the fun, cool, creative part. For a party, I would say again, the parting part, the first part is do your research, and then the second part is plan. This is probably the biggest thing that I see people struggle with, is you want this amazing party with all these cool decorations, and you want themed food and cute little cupcakes and perfect party favors and this beautiful banner. You have no idea how to do any of it, and you don't start until like 2 weeks before the party. Right, that's going to be a Pinterest fail, because you're going to get through half the stuff and then throw your hands up in the air, go to Party City, and move on with your life. Or you're going to drive yourself nuts the night before, and you're going to not enjoy the birthday party at all. So I would say start 3 months out. If you know, like if it's an actual like set date, start 3 months out. Start with your plan. Figure out what it is you want to do. Figure out what you can do, what you might need to hire out. And then start looking at sales for supplies. Start looking at what can I do in advance, and make yourself a schedule of when you're going to do what. That's how I handle my kids' birthday parties, because I have to balance around my job. I got to balance around my family. I got to balance around my crazy bunny and my silly dog. And needing a little time for myself, right, and not just going 90 to nothing all the time. So I start out, and it's 3 months, and here's what I'm doing month 1, month 2, month 3, the week before, and it's planning it out, because otherwise the stuff always takes longer than you think it's going to, especially if you've never done it. So if you've never made a paper banner, well, it looks very simple. Oh, you've got this cute little piece of paper and this cute little cutout letters, and that's so easy. But if you've never done it, it's going to take more than the 5 minutes that you've allotted for it. So, and I think that's the thing. You've got to like give yourself a couple hours day of to set up. You've got to have your food ready the night before. It's all planning. And to me, I think that's the part that I think actually serves me really well, because I am a planner, and I get really annoyed when people call me type A, but I definitely have my type A tendencies. So that's the part I think that works really well for me, is that I love to be creative and I love to plan.
So, scrolling through Pinterest,
Yep.
people save little pictures of this and
Yep.
that they'd like
Yep.
to make for themselves, and then somehow
Yeah.
run out of time. Do they just call you and you can make it?
So sometimes I'll get moms who are planning a birthday party, and they already have a Pinterest board and they've got a bunch of ideas, and they either don't have the time, right? Because a lot of them are working moms that want to do great birthday parties for their kids, but honestly don't have time to do it. Or maybe there's something on there that they look at and think, I don't have any idea how to do that. No earthly idea. Or sometimes they just know that they need something special and they don't even know where to start. So a lot of what I do is kind of that business service of just sit down then and let's create a brainstorm. Let's talk about what your space looks like. Let's talk about what your budget looks like. Let's talk about what vision you have. And if you don't have one, let's create one. And that also works for, people are doing home decor stuff, or if they want a mural painted on their wall, which I can also do. Let's talk about what creatively kind of makes your heart skip. Like what is really exciting to you, and let's figure out how to make that work for you.
Listeners, thank you for tuning in to Central Colorado Springs Advice Givers Podcast. Go to iTunes, leave us a review, and leave us some feedback. This is a conversation. We do want to hear from you. Please tell us what you think. Subscribe on iTunes. That'll help us reach more people so that all together we can keep making Colorado Springs better.